role this season for Liverpool.
Yeah, I'd rather he was there and allowed Szoboszlai to go further forward, in all honesty.
Here's Milos Kerkez getting further forward from sort of inverted left back, and he's driven through the centre. He's been tripped by Caicedo. Once a target of Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, of course, and that's a free kick. Not exactly on the edge of the penalty area, maybe 25 to 30 yards from goal, but pretty central. Yes. I think that's a shooting position.
Yeah, I think so. Good run from Kerkez there. In the end, Caicedo gets wrong side and can only nudge him to the ground. But we are now in Szoboszlai territory, aren't we?
Well, he's hit some fantastic free kicks this season. There's Dominic Szoboszlai going all the way back to August, that strike against Arsenal. Several others too in his time at Anfield. And this is set up beautifully for the Liverpool number 8. It's just ever so slightly right of centre. Over 30 yards, I would suggest. 32, 35. Three-man wall for Chelsea. They think a shot is coming. Blues keeper certainly does as well.
Without doubt, this is a shot. Nothing ever seems too far out for Szoboszlai.
Oh, he's complaining about the wall, but the wall seems about 12 yards away from what I can see.
I think you're right. That's at least... that's about 32 yards, that, Tom.
The referee's got a big stride there as Craig Pawson. And here is Szoboszlai, and it's straight into the thigh of Levi Colwill. On his first start of the season, by the way, on his return from injury. Here's Rio and Gamar on the left-hand side. Little step over, little jink, little cut back. Chelsea! Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Ryan Gravenberch. Set up so beautifully for him by Rio and Gamoa. It all opens up, and he just strokes that ball with a delightful curl into the top corner. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0.
Beautiful Liverpool goal. To be honest, it's terrific play from Ngamoa out on this left-hand side, because what he does, he keeps hold of the ball just long enough to suck two Chelsea players over. He receives it out on the left-hand side. He's up against Cole Palmer. Another Chelsea player gets involved, which allows Gravenberch that little bit of extra time on the edge of the box, but he's touch out of his feet just to the right of him, sets himself up so he can arc that ball away towards the far corner, and his technique is perfect. No chance for the keeper, and Liverpool take an early lead.
Fifth goal in the Premier League this season for Ryan Gravenberch. It's not exactly in the corner on the replay. I wonder if the goalkeeper might feel like he could have done better. We're just seeing a good angle of it here, Kev. I guess he sees it late with two Chelsea players blocking the way.
Yeah, he does see it late, and to be fair, it's not right in the corner, but by the time he sees it, he can't get across. It's a terrific finish from Gravenberch, but well done, Ngamoa. In fact, he almost drew free around the ball, which just allowed Gravenberch that little bit of extra time when he received it, but take nothing away from him, because that touch out of his feet to set it just to the side of him allowed him to get his right foot and whip that ball into that far corner.
I'm sure more people listening to this programme will have heard of Rio and Gamoa before, but 17 years of age, an England youth international. He was at Chelsea's academy when he was a young lad, but I think most people at some point go through Chelsea's academy, such is their reach when it comes to young players in the UK. Ngamoa, Liverpool's youngest ever starter in the Premier League, 16 and 135 days when he made his start. That was in the FA Cup, so all competitions, forgive me. Fourth youngest scorer in Premier League history as well, after the likes of Rooney, Milner and James Vaughan, the other. I mean, I could go on. It's already a pretty decent start to what we hope is a long and successful career.
Yeah, but he's done so well there. Old head on young shoulders, just waiting to suck those Chelsea players in and around him before releasing it.
Chelsea trying to respond here. 8 minutes gone. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0. Blues on the ball in their own half with Enzo Fernandez. Reports of him wanting to leave in the summer. One we're going to be covering, I'm sure, at length in the next couple of months, as Enzo knocks it down the line to Marc Cucurella. Lovely ball that is across the penalty area. Malo Gusto cuts it back here. And Konate and Van Dijk both converge on the ball before João Pedro can turn it home, and it's clear.
Terrific stuff from Chelsea. I have to say, from their left-back spot, lovely one-touch play. Eventually finds its way to Cucurella out on the left, and that's an enticing ball to the back post. Pulled back in from Gusto, but Pedro just gets crowded out.
Malo Gusto here on the right-hand side for Chelsea. Kirkesh holds him up. We're about 10 over the halfway on the right. Goes back to Levi Colwill. Word on Levi Colwill, missed almost the entirety of this season. The search for the centre-half has been such a dominating narrative, isn't it, for Chelsea this campaign?
Yeah, it has, and it's cost them as well. I like him, he's a good player.
Might have left it too late for the World Cup?
Possibly, yeah, I think so.
I think if he played all season, would have been a shoe-in for the plane under Thomas Tuchel. We will wait to see the squad. As Alexis McAllister looks long, it's intercepted by Colwill here, and it's on the left now to Cucurella. João Pedro holds the ball up well, being nibbled at by Canate. He'll find Caicedo, then back towards Fofana in their own centre circle here, Chelsea. Just under 10 minutes gone, Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0, Premier League Live. The goal coming from Ryan Gravenberch after 5 minutes. Here's Cucurella over the top, got a scamper. Can't scamper fast enough, it's how to play for a goal kick.
Good idea, good idea. Chelsea haven't started that badly, in all honesty. You'd probably say they've been the better team. Having another look at this Cucurella ball to the back post. Gusto, opposite wing back. It's good defending in the end from Canate and Van Dijk.
I want to go back to the foul from Moises Caicedo on Milos Kirkesh, because that's your position, right? Centre midfield when someone's driving past you. Is that a mistake doing that challenge there? Does he have to do it?
Well, what happens is he's thinking that Kirkesh is going to pass the ball, and he's off to the left-hand side of Kirkesh. And then Kirkesh drives through the gap, which means Caicedo's wrong side, and he has to foul him. So yes, it is a mistake.
Mistake,
yeah,
because it was bad positioning.
Bad position.
In that moment.
Bad position.
That's led to the goal.
He should have been a couple of steps to his right, where Kirkesh is actually running onto him, not leaving a hole where he has to then chase him.
And that leads to a shot, which leads to a breakdown, which leads to a goal. We've got a corner kick here as Liverpool went long. Jorgensen picked up the loose ball. His clearance, the goalkeeper, was poor, and that led to a nice little run down the right-hand side from Frimpong. His cross was blocked, and here we are, corner kick right-hand side, 11 minutes gone. Liverpool leading by a goal to 0.
Very open game, which is good for us, good for the spectators. And the goal, the early goal, will only enhance that, I think.
Yeah, it's got a nice end-of-season vibe at the moment, in a good way, not like a 0-0 way. I think Liverpool have come here to entertain. What Chelsea have come here for, I don't know. This cross comes into Van Dijk, who volleys at goal, but over the crossbar. It was played back down the right channel, looped in, and suddenly Canate and Van Dijk totally unmarked at the back post. I think Van Dijk maybe should do better here.
He should, and he'll be disappointed. I know he's a centre-half, but he's got fabulous technique, Virgil van Dijk. And he's come off his studs into the floor and over the crossbar. Big chance.
Could have brought it down there, Virgil van Dijk. He had time. It may have been a conversation about offside with his marker had it gone in. And Liverpool looking very dangerous going forward. Chelsea right now, as the ball goes out for a throw on the halfway line to Liverpool. I don't think anyone seems to know where they're playing or what they're supposed to be doing. That's not a great combination of things.
No, free for all. The players are popping up in weird positions at this moment in time.
I think Enzo Fernandez there is marking Virgil van Dijk at a corner.
Wrong. Completely wrong.
I'm amazed how often that seems to happen.
Yeah. Mismatches.
There's a mismatch in the box. Like one of the centre-halves, there's 3 of them. One of them should be marking Virgil van Dijk. Call me old-fashioned. Good play by Ryan Gravenberch under pressure, releasing Milos Kirkesh, and once again it's Liverpool flowing forward with Rio and Gamoa, and he's in the box, and he's jinking, and he's beating his man, and he's crossing brilliantly, and it's away just about by Hato, only as far as McAllister. McAllister right to Jones. Jones' cross comes into the back post, it's over Gusto, and Gamoa wants to keep this in, unable to do so. Rio and Gamoa is putting serious fear into the fullback.
Oh, he is electric. He has gone past Gusto like he's not there. He's dropped a little step over in, right foot step over, out with his onto his left side, and then you're thinking, what are you going to do now? And he has stood a lovely ball up, and it just evades 2 on-rushing Liverpool players, one of them being Gakpo. I think Frimpong may have been the other one, but it's brilliant. If you're Liverpool, Kirkesh there did make a run outside him, but if I'm Arne Slot, I'm just saying to Kirkesh, give him the ball and back him up. Don't close his space, because all you're going to do is run other defenders over there. Leave him 1v1, stay behind the ball.
Going to be a long afternoon for Malo Gusto. He's not playing wing-back right now, he's playing full-back, which is not the goal of this formation for Chelsea.
No, the idea is when you're playing against the 3-5-2, you want to push them back into a 5. You don't want their Cucurella and Gusto being allowed, or Chelsea being allowed to build up where they're getting high up the pitch. And at this moment in time, Cucurella's high up the pitch here. I think that's a good idea. Don't get trapped in a 5.
Trouble is, when you're out of position, got some good wingers here today, Liverpool, in Frimpong on one side, Ngamo on the other. The Anfield crowd chanting Rio, Rio. Got Rio on his back as well. Maybe that's what we should be calling him as well. I don't know. I'll clarify. I'll ask his mum or something. 17 years of age, starting for Liverpool. Here's Konate into Jones, back to Konate. Szoboszlai in central midfield. 15 minutes gone. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0. Premier League line. Van Dijk over the top. Not a great ball, straight down the line. And Jorgensen will pick this up. Chelsea are considering going back to a more familiar setup here. I always think of 5 at the back. Once you concede, it's kind of over for you, what you intended.
Yeah, like I say, it depends who your wing backs are. Firstly, you've got to be incredibly fit to play that role, because you have got to be up and down all afternoon. But it's difficult where you've got 2 wide players that are actually very, very quick, very forward thinking in Frimpong and Ngamoa, and Liverpool are retaining the ball long enough to push those wing backs all the way back. You've also, when you play this formation, your outside centre halves of the 3 have got to be comfortable in wide areas, because if they're not, you're in big trouble as well.
Full day of Premier League action with us here on Premier League Live. Up next, it's Sunderland against Manchester United. 3 o'clock UK. Matt Travel and Paul Parker, the 2-time Premier League winner, going to be on that one for you. At 5:30 UK, it's Man City against Brentford. John Anderson and Eddie McGoldrick going to be covering that. Also today, Brighton Wolves and Fulham Bournemouth with Rob Dugmore and Barry Swain respectively. Here it's at 1-0 to Liverpool against Chelsea. Here's Cole Palmer on the halfway line. Player who has really struggled this season as Chelsea fire the ball just straight back to Mamardashvili. I'm not even sure what that was. That was just a boot upfield that goes nowhere to no one.
Can't see what he was trying to do there.
That's good pressing there from Palmer on Milos Kerkez after a throw out to the Liverpool man, but Kerkez does well, and that's McAllister over the top to Frimpong. Right hand side against Hato. To take him on the inside, which he does, into Szoboszlai, wants the return. Szoboszlai goes back instead. Gravenberch, the goal scorer on the halfway, will find Konate. Konate to Dominic Szoboszlai, and it's back to Konate again. 17 minutes gone, 1-0. Jones to Szoboszlai. Liverpool bossing the ball at the moment, 60-40 in their favour in the opening 17 minutes. 3 shots for them, 1 on target, just the 1 from Chelsea. That was the surprise effort from João Pedro in the opening couple of minutes. That's about it for Chelsea so far, as Mamardashvili, all in mint green, gives it a clip upfield. One back by Colwell, volleyed back to him by Malo Gusto. Hato will get there just before Frimpong, nearly a miscommunication, they worked it out in the end. Back to Jorgensen, then into Hato, then back to Jorgensen. All in black away to our left, the Chelsea keeper in for Sanchez today. Palmer fouled by Gusto, fouled by McAllister, says the referee. Actually the same officiating pair that were on West Ham Brentford last week, Pawson and Tony Harrington, which I think it's fair to say did do particularly well in that one. No big calls for them today so far, thankfully. Frimpong into Curtis Jones on the halfway line. Szoboszlai will find Konate, then back to Jones. They're in their own half here, Liverpool. Just struggling to work out the intention of Chelsea at the moment. And if you're Liverpool, Kev, you've got to get the foot on the gas here, don't you? Surely at some point they're going to fix whatever's going on or work out what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's just struggling a little bit. Liverpool, their press has been outstanding in this first 18 minutes.
Liverpool have lost 11 Premier League matches this season, their most since 14-15. They are undoubtedly a side who can wobble in games and have wobbled in recent times, but so far Chelsea struggling to land a glove. Maybe now Malo Gusto has won it on the halfway line. Palmer is close by and clips it back to Fofana just about, with Szoboszlai sniffing close. Enzo Fernandez trying to get involved, goes back to Fofana, into Palmer. Nice little half-turn control from Palmer on the halfway line. Wants someone to pass to ahead of him. Has to go back to Colwill. On the left now is Mark Cucurella, 10 over the halfway line into Enzo. Couple of runners ahead. Enzo goes back instead and cuts a frustrated figure. There's Enzo once he's released the ball. Enzo Fernandez, here's Caicedo away from Szoboszlai, prod toward Palmer, it's behind him, and Liverpool win it back through a combination of Rio and Gamoa and Milos Kerkez. Gamoa on the edge of his own box, under pressure from two. 17-year-old finds Kerkez, he's the one who panics and clears it out into touch for a throw. 20 minutes gone, 1-0 Liverpool.
Done well there, and Gamoa facing his own byline, if you like. Kerkez could only hack it clear when he rolled it back to him, though. They're just running out of ideas at the top of the pitch at the moment, Chelsea.
Well, here's Cole Palmer, a nice little turn on the half, and he's found João Pedro with a good flick, and João Pedro could be in, but pass was just a touch too heavy, and Mamardashvili off his line to smother.
First time Cole Palmer's literally found himself in that number 10 role on the half turn. Liverpool got to be wary of that because he's so dangerous when he picks the ball up in those areas.
It's good pressing from Hatem and Cucurella to try and win the ball back before Cucurella's adjust to a foul. Jones. Going back to Cole Palmer, feels like a big day for him. I mentioned the England squad earlier on. I'm sure he wants to be in the England squad. This time last year, I think, would have been a shoo-in for it. Right now, I just don't know if he makes it on the plane.
Yeah, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because his form has coincided with Chelsea's lack of form as well, and he just seems to be on the periphery of games at this moment in time. But little moments like that, where he's found himself in that number 10 role on the half turn, and literally in 2 touches he's nearly put Pedro in. It's only the weight of pass why Pedro doesn't get in.
10 goals and 3 assists across the campaign for Cole Palmer. Is respectable, no doubt, but before that he was posting incredible numbers and influencing every game you watch on the eyeball test as well as the data.
Yeah, I mean, when he plays well and when he's in good form, there's no one better to watch. He plays the game like he's at school playing in the playground. That's it. Nothing bothers him. It doesn't matter what the occasion is. He's never phased. He's just going through a little bit of a quiet spell at this moment in time.
Now that's the applause, by the way, that Liverpool have done in every home game this season for Diogo Jota, who of course sadly passed away in the summer. As Gravenberch looks forward, releasing Frimpong with a turn of pace. Colwill, first chance to stretch those legs after a long time out, and he's done well there to clear. Really good covering from Levi Colwill. That's your job. When you're outside centre-half and your wing-back get done with a 1-2, you've got to get across. And his positioning was perfect there. .22 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0. The goal coming in the 5th minute from Ryan Gravenberch after a good play from Rio and Gamoa. Curls it into the corner as the game just opened up for him. Chelsea haven't really offered much in response since then, beyond a near chance for João Pedro, who couldn't get on the end of a Palmer through ball. If they score a second here, Liverpool, I think they could really start stretching their legs. And here is Rio and Gamoa trying to do just that in the box. He's running, he's dribbling, still carrying. He's 3 around him now. He's still got it. He's still got it. He's still got it. He's found McAllister. He's found Gakpo. Can't turn. I think it's handball there, and there's an offside as well. Everyone is petrified of 17-year-old Rio and Gamoa. I think he ended up with about 4 or 5 Chelsea players around him there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he still keeps hold of it. And in the end, yeah, just offside and a handball, I think, there from Gakpo. But he just draws so many players around him. And his ability is that all of a sudden, when he gets the 3 and 4s around him, he knows when to release it. And that allows other players so much time and space. Been fun watching him today, as we anticipated coming into this one. As Chelsea blast long once again to nowhere in particular, and it's picked up by Mamardashvili. I don't know what to say about Chelsea, Kev. This is a moment for you to analyse the first 24 minutes of Chelsea's performance.
Yeah.
From box to box, they've actually passed the ball pretty well. They do look vulnerable when Liverpool break up their play. They look loose defensively, certainly when the ball's gone out to Frimpong and Ngamoa. But tee to green, I call it, box to box, they've been okay, but they're not creating a chance. They look very toothless at the top of the pitch.
And considering they've got Cole Palmer, João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez in their team, that's not how they should be looking.
No, I mean, they've got good players. They should be creating chances.
Is he being miscast a bit, Enzo Fernandez, as part of the front three? I've seen him play 10 this season, I've seen him play 8 this season. Not sure he's someone who plays 6 or deeper.
No, he's on the periphery of the game at this moment in time, very much like Cole Palmer, struggling to get into it in the first 25 minutes.
Andre Santos here on the ball. I think it's the first time I said his name in central midfield. Ball forward, intercepted by McAllister, who clears long. And we have got a little bit pre-season in the last few minutes after a blistering opening 10 here. And it will be tough for Chelsea. I mean, however professional everyone is, there is that element of extra motivation which is just not there.
Yeah.
And there is no manager, with all due respect to Callum McFarlane.
I'm fully expecting Liverpool to go on and get another couple of goals in this game. They actually look pretty hungry, Liverpool, in all honesty. They look on it, their press has been good. Again, Chelsea going long. I'm not sure what Konate's doing here, because that ain't going to go out, is it? Yes, it is.
Well, he had to defend it over about 10 yards with Cucurella at his heels, but maybe just enjoyed embarrassing Marc Cucurella.
Yeah, a little bit of a mismatch in terms of size.
Cucurella there had his arm around Konate and just shoves him to the ground in the same way that Adama Traore did to Cucurella a few weeks ago, which has been top meme fodder for the last few weeks. Not as easy for Cucurella to throw Konate there. Here's Virgil van Dijk in the penalty area with a pass to Konate. Konate low and out of play.
He's not the best with the ball, is he? To be honest, just defend and give it to those that can play. That's what I'd be saying to him. Limit your touches, 2 free touch. You don't want to be running out, striding out as if you're Virgil van Dijk, because you're not. And just pass to a red shirt.
Fascinating summer for Liverpool. Konate is going to stay, Virgil van Dijk's going to stay, but centre-half got to be position number 1 for them, I'd suggest.
I think so, yeah.
They'll be expecting here for a battle for the Premier League title next campaign. As Andre Santos looks forward to Gusto. Nowhere to go for Gusto here. Kaka gets his body in the way, wins it back for Liverpool, and then draws a foul from Andre Santos, who was over-exuberant in the challenge, says the assistant referee. Just difficult moment there for Chelsea. I feel like they're working on anything offensively right now.
No. Like I say, they're really lacking at the top end of the pitch at this moment in time.
27 minutes gone, Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0, Premier League Live. Gravenberch with the goal in the 5th minute. As Virgil van Dijk gives this a clump upfield. One in the air by Hato, next one run by Gravenberch, next one run by Cucurella, next one is run by Enzo Fernandez, then Virgil van Dijk heads away, then Cucurella volleys out to the sideline where Enzo Fernandez will keep this in just about. Here's Caicedo with a turn forward, nice chip too to Cucurella, who's onside and in, and he strikes too, and that's a really good save from Mamardashvili to his left. Still live, Malo Gusto's low ball is away by Virgil van Dijk. And that's the best Chelsea have put together so far.
Yeah, and it was good play. It was really good play. Lovely ball from Caicedo, and again, that's been their best avenue. Cucurella making little runs in behind Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones isn't a right back by trade. Cucurella's noted that, and a couple of times he's got in, and this time he waits, it sits up nicely for him. It's a good strike, and in the end, it's a good save from Mamardashvili.
Better from Chelsea. Will that give them some offensive confidence here? Here's Cole Palmer with a pass back to Levi Colwill. So no. Here is Palmer again into Caicedo, and then on to the far side where Enzo has come deep. Chelsea have 4 players pressing them here on the halfway. It's relatively bold from Liverpool. So far Chelsea can't find a way through it. Fofana to his right, and then Palmer Lovely bit of control. He's still so good at that. He's sort of gangly and awkward, isn't he? And long old legs, Cole Palmer. When he gets his body in the way and he's got control of the ball, it's tough to get through as Colwell carries upfield and Chelsea are in the offensive third on the left. Here's Enzo Fernandez coming in field. Ball out left is on for him. Cross from Colwell was blocked by Frimpong. It's a Chelsea throw.
It's got to cross it. João Pedro, Cole Palmer, Gusto all in the box. 2 opportunities to cross it and they turn it down.
Caicedo carrying forward. £100 million man from Brighton. Enzo, another 3-figure signing. Here's Gusto into Palmer. Cole will find Hato, then left to Cucurella. We're at 30 minutes gone and it's Liverpool 1, Chelsea 0 here on Premier League Live. Gravenberch with the goal on 5. Here's Caicedo in the centre, nice turn. Trying to find João Pedro. Konate steps out. Challenge forced to Andre Santos. Chelsea keeping this live here in the Liverpool defensive third. Malo Gusto on the right with Rio and Gamoa for company, and Rio has nicked it back. And now a drive forward. And he could have maybe jumped to ground there, but instead has lost the ball. Maybe for the first time we are noticing he is 17 out there.
Good spell for Chelsea this, although it is all in front of Liverpool. It's a good spell of possession.
Yeah, Liverpool certainly very well set here. Do Chelsea have all it takes to find a way through? Caicedo left to Cucurella. Cucurella up against Jones. Again, they have to go back. Good play by Jones. Into Caicedo. Cucurella over the top. Once again, that's a good run. Good bit of control on the chest, but he couldn't get the shot away. Second time that tactic has worked. Second time Mamardashvili was too sharp for Chelsea's liking.
Well, it's Cucurella that's the problem for Liverpool here. And this time, I think it's Gravenberch he might get in behind. But he's making some out-to-in runs. And Liverpool, no matter who's marking him, he's getting in behind them. And that is a problem for Liverpool.
2 let-offs. Will there be a third as Caicedo finds the ball left to Hato? And then here is the danger man, Cucurella. Then to Enzo Fernandez, who does a nice little nutmeg on Szoboszlai under pressure. Szoboszlai chasing them all down here. He's then fouled Colwell as he got through Enzo, then Caicedo, and then Colwell. Just trying to lift the energy, I think, there, Szoboszlai.
Yeah, and rightfully so as well. But his teammates have got to go with him. Otherwise, he's just going to get picked off.
Here's Cucurella again in the box with a cross that hits Konate. Anfield says it should be a goal kick. Referee has given a corner. One of those ones where it hits the defender, comes back off the offensive player, and I think that's a pretty clear goal kick.
It is, and it should be a goal kick.
Corner taken into the feet of Palmer, then to Gusto, then back to Palmer. Cole Palmer, left-hand side. Plenty to aim for in the box. He then comes short to Andre Santos, who clips forward. Shout of handball. Not given. Cross comes in. Deep delivery towards Enzo Fernandez. That's not a great ball from Hato, and that goes out. And a couple of Chelsea players approach the referee and say, was that handball? I don't think it was, but it's hard to tell.
Yeah, the Anfield faithful again a little bit frustrated with their team at the minute because they're allowing Chelsea to dominate possession. The last 10 minutes has been good from the away team. You know, they were a little bit toothless, or we said they were toothless in the first 20-25 minutes, but all of a sudden they look like they can create.
Here's McAllister deep in his own half here for Liverpool, with pressure being put on him by Fofana. Konate will find McAllister again. Struggling to find a ball forward here all of a sudden, Liverpool, when there are spaces everywhere in the opening 25. Just wonder whether Chelsea have changed something in terms of their midfield setup, Kev, or some sort of
Cucurella's almost got a free roll at this moment in time.
Caicedo with a poor foul on Konate, who was under pressure. Second time today Caicedo has kicked first and asked questions later.
I'm not sure why he's arguing there. It's a clear foul. He's absolutely gone flying in.
Well, it just sort of feels like everyone at Chelsea's got the hump right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a happy camp.
No, but they've done well the last 10 minutes. They really have. Again, you wonder how much goal threat they've got when Cucurella is your biggest threat at this moment in time. But no, they're still playing their wing backs, still 3 centre halves.
34 minutes gone, 1-0 to Liverpool against Chelsea here on Premier League Live. Frimpong on the far side will look into Szoboszlai, then back to Konate, and then a return to Mamardashvili. Goalkeeper will, under pressure, look to clip it on this near side, but he's blasted that far too heavy into touch.
Not sure what he's seen there.
Well, it's caused Arne Slot to put his face in his hands. It was almost like he was trying to find the top tier. Throw into Fofana, who's shortly bundled over by Gakpo, who's been a non-event today, hasn't he? Cody Gakpo, he's having a tough time at the moment. Of course, Ekitike and Isak are either long-term out or coming back from that long-term injury. He's not a central striker, Gakpo.
No, by any stretch of the imagination. He does his best work on that left-hand side. Not so sure how good he is with his back to play.
Well, need to do it a fair amount as well with Ekitike's long-term injury and the ongoing lengthy return of Alexander Isak to fitness and then form. Free kick right of centre, about 40 yards from goal. Enzo Fernandez delivery, good delivery too! That's 1-1. That is a fantastic ball in from Enzo Fernandez. It may have been prodded home by Wesley Fofana. At the near post, it's low, it's fast, it's dangerous, and Chelsea have levelled things up. Really excellent goal, 1-1.
Well, it comes off the back of a really good spell for the away team. I'm not so sure how much there's a touch on that, but it doesn't really matter because 35 minutes on the clock and the away team find themselves level. Fernandez is celebrating, free kick on the right-hand side, about 12-15 yards outside the edge of the box. We're just seeing a replay now, definitely onside, and I think there is a touch. There is a touch there. It's a great ball in. Liverpool have got to have someone in that hole. They really have. But it's just a little feather off the boot of Wesley Fofana, I think. I think he gets a touch. He does get a touch. Mamardashvili can't move until there is a touch, and when he does, it's too late. And it just goes in off the back of that far post. Good spell for Chelsea. And they've followed it up with the equaliser, 1-1.
Well, you just felt it was going to come from Enzo Fernandez, the star player in this team. It's a fantastic delivery, and as well, Kev, on the replay there, it's evident that Levi Colwill was pushed, I think, Konate back inside the box, so Fofana would have been offside, but Levi Colwill just nudged the Liverpool player back to keep them all onside. Fantastic free kick from Chelsea, who are coming again, and they've got 5 forward here, and it's Enzo Fernandez, and he's still going. Oh, he's held up well by Virgil van Dijk, just missed the opportunity there. He's then found Caicedo, then João Pedro. João Pedro, can he get a shot away? He's twisting, he's turning, he does shoot. Cucurella's cross into Andre Santos, and Gamoa's in the box. Now he's lost out to Malo Gusto on the right-hand side. Gusto back into Enzo, return to Gusto on the right, intercepted by the head of Virgil van Dijk. Still live here, still Chelsea in the box. Eventually Gravenberch gives it a wallop upfield. What has happened here? The game has turned on its head.
Completely turned on its head, and I could see it coming. Chelsea have been really, really good for the last 15 minutes. Their passing has been crisp, it's been sharper than Liverpool's. All of a sudden now Palmer wants to go and get on the ball wherever he can. The wing-backs are high up the pitch, Gusto and Cucurella, because Chelsea are keeping the ball so well and moving it quickly. And Liverpool at this moment in time, I said the natives were getting a little bit restless here. They cannot get a foothold back in the game now.
What a waste though that was from Chelsea. It opened up so nicely, and if anyone you want on the ball there, it's Enzo Fernandez. Runners left and right, maybe they didn't make good runs for him, but just wasted that moment, Kev.
Yeah, he did. I really enjoyed watching Chelsea the last 15 minutes. And this is what they can put together. They've got some fantastic footballers. They just need to play with a little bit of freedom. Sorry,
no, please.
We're just seeing another replay of the Chelsea equaliser. Now, for me, you have to have someone in line with the ball and the goal in the space, and there's no one there, which as Fofana runs across, he should be running into a Liverpool defender, but there's nobody there.
I've just been told, by the way, from our friends at VAR, there was a check for a penalty on Rio and Gamoa somewhere in that melee. It was clear, but just something maybe to note in case there's a further conversation on that later. I didn't see it live, but if we get a replay, we'll tell you about it. 38 minutes gone, it's 1-1 between Liverpool and Chelsea. We certainly had a good game, which there was a concern about coming into it for us.
And Chelsea, here we go.
Oh, that's a fantastic ball, and a chance here for Enzo Fernandez, saved by the goalkeeper. Once again, they run through a gap, perfectly found, and the drive is straight at the goalkeeper. Referee has since got in the way of the counter, and we've got a reset from a drop ball. Great chance for Enzo Fernandez. Caicedo's through ball to him. Fantastic from Chelsea all of a sudden.
Yeah, Caicedo's passing has been excellent. He's already played a lovely little ball over the top to Cucurella. That's a brilliant touch from Fernandez, and he sets himself really well, waits for the ball to sit perfectly right for him. Unfortunately for him, it's right at Mamardashvili, who makes a good save. But at this moment in time, the difference is Chelsea have now got runners that are willing to run behind this Liverpool back line, where the first 20 minutes they didn't have that. They now have Cucurella, Fernandez, Pedro. They're all getting in behind the Liverpool back four.
Just going back to the goal, is that a foul by Levi Colwill, pushing Kanate, I think it was, back into his own penalty area? But next time you see it, let me know.
Have another look.
I don't think it is, but I love your expert eye on it, as Curtis Jones is dispossessed here by the high press of Marc Cucurella, right by the defensive corner flag on Liverpool's right-hand side. Here's Palmer in a pocket of space, but facing the wrong way. And nearer the centre circle then, the penalty area. Oh, lovely little bit of skill there from Palmer to get away from two, and 1-2s as well, and a slip-in to João Pedro. He falls over, Frimpong intercepts, João Pedro then intercepts, then good challenge by Caicedo, finds Palmer. Oh, it's a slip to João Pedro, but it's hit him on the heel, and Frimpong has been able to nick it just about. Tries a clearance upfield, blocked suddenly by a high press of, I think, Hato's over there, and it goes for a goal kick. Well, suddenly Chelsea realised that they were getting a bit embarrassed. That have been fantastic for 20 minutes now. Really,
really good. And Arne Slot looks concerned, and rightfully so. And you can hear from this home crowd that they're concerned as well, because for the last 20-25 minutes, Liverpool have barely got, and I mean this, barely got into Chelsea's half of the pitch.
There's quite a few people around Anfield shouting, "Sort it out, Slot," quite audibly at the moment, and I wonder if he can sort it out, frankly. There's not a great deal of options for him on the bench, and they don't tend to change the shape very much, as Rio and Gamoa just is a bit too daring there on the halfway line. Just got away with that. He turned away from Santos and Palmer. If he'd lost it, Chelsea could have been in. Can Liverpool wrestle momentum back here, as Curtis Jones has it on the right-hand side, about 10 of the halfway, 41 minutes on the clock, 1-1. Liverpool-Chelsea. Well, Frimpong just about keeps that in on the far side. Gives it straight away, though, bounces back to him. Challenged by Enzo, found up by Gravenberch. It's on towards Frimpong, whose cross is blocked by Colwill. And it's a goal kick, which is interesting because basically Levi Colwill said to the assistant referee in no uncertain terms, that should be a goal kick, that, and he was like, yeah, what?
I think it was his protestations were that convincing, and he's correct.
He's right, yeah, on the
he's
replay.
Correct that the linesman must have thought, or the assistant referee, he's got to be right. He'll give a goal kick here, and he was right.
Yeah. And it's the Chelsea fans in full voice right now, as they are enjoying their day at Anfield, as they famously did all those years ago when Steven Gerrard slipped over, as they are reminding the Anfield crowd right now. There are other lyrics I won't say on a family show. It's a long clearance upfield by Chelsea, won by Gravenberch, cleared again by Chelsea and picked up by Milos Kerkez on the edge of his own penalty area. 42 minutes gone, 1-1. Kerkez trying to trick his way around Palmer and finding a forward pass to Rio and Gamoa. Brilliant strength and pace and skill to get away from Gusto, but they've got three on him now. And a foul has been given, I think, by Malo Gusto on Rio and Gamoa before Enzo Fernandez nicked it off his toes, but it's evident they've said, close him down. Three players every time he gets on it, all over him.
Yeah, they are, but they need to be, because he is a real threat. But I say that, for the last 25 minutes he's not been. He's done more defending than attacking.
Up towards Frimpong, challenged by Hato, that goes for a throw. Not the strongest of benches today for Liverpool, I think it's fair to say. Gomez, Isak, Chiesa, Robertson. Guess you'd throw Nioni in there as well in terms of senior players, but a huge list of offensive absentees for Arne Slot. No, Chelsea, I think quite rightly would say, well, so do we.
Yeah. What a touch that was from Van Dijk, by the way. Under no pressure, I know, but chasing back, big Chelsea clearance, and he just brings the ball down. Fantastic touch.
And here's Kanate in the centre circle for Liverpool, who'd bossed the opening 20, have struggled since then. 3 shots and 1 on target was what I told you after 20 minutes. Still the same here. Chelsea 5 attempts, 3 on target. 16 touches in the Liverpool box compared to Liverpool have had just 5 in the Chelsea box.
Well, this last 20-25 minutes, Tom, is as good as I've seen Chelsea this season. They've been really, really good. They've been more aggressive than they were at the start of the game, and it's bearing fruit. It's paying dividends because they're taking the ball, they're rushing Liverpool. At the start of this game, Liverpool could do what they want with it. There was no press, but now they've been all over Liverpool. And at this moment in time, if Liverpool go in at 1-1, they'll thank their lucky stars, I think.
4 minutes to go of normal time. Jorgensen's goal kick has gone straight into touch. I think that's PSG style tactical goal kick. I think he's just miscued it. What do I know? I kept thinking that on Tuesday, and it was like, no, they're doing that on purpose.
But even now, look, I mean, Chelsea are going hunting higher up the pitch, and they're getting the ball back.
Liverpool are all over the place at the moment. They'll be desperate for the half-time whistle as Jorgensen being chased down by Frimpong does well. Then it's on to Hato, away from the press of Gakpo, and then it's a lovely little release into Palmer. He's always on that half-turn, ready to spin on the first touch. A growing influence in this game, Cole Palmer, who's turned away from Rio and Gamoa, and Szoboszlai is now drifting forward like the good old days, but his pass is a bit heavy for Enzo, who miscontrols. That's a good bit of skill from Rio and Gamoa to get away from Andre Santos and try and carry Liverpool upfield. Again, 3 converging on him, and he finds a pass back to McAllister. Chelsea have clearly said, actually, this guy is mustard. We need to get on him as soon as possible.
They're doubling up, sometimes trebling up on him. But again, so aggressive in their press at this moment, Chelsea. And listen, if you get it right, it doesn't matter how good the team you're playing, you will harry them out of possession.
I sort of realise how passive they were in that opening 15-20 when you see what they can do, Chelsea. Story of the season, really.
I mean,
fits and starts, bits and moments. Christo forward, João Pedro miscontrols, Van Dijk has it back. 2 minutes added on, by the way, at the end of the opening 45. We're into that now as Szoboszlai looks to slip in. Frimpong intercepted well by Hato and Caicedo. Cucurella and Caicedo knocking the ball around Szoboszlai to try and bring the ball upfield. Szoboszlai's kicking him as much as he can to try and G himself up a little bit. And he's given a free kick away.
Yeah, he's a strong boy, Caicedo there. Really good play, but Chelsea been a joy to watch for the second part of this first half, if you like. Been really, really good.
Free kick here for Chelsea, left-hand side, just in front of the Kenny Dalglish stand on that far side. If you see on TV, it's the opposite side of what you're looking at. Sir Kenny, I should say, forgive me. Long clearance upfield, Gravenberch wins the header. Goal scorer with a turn into Gakpo, flicks it on to Frimpong, who's got pace, but it's going to keep spinning over the sideline. Whistle's about to go here, Kev. What are we expecting from Liverpool in the second half? Do you think they'll change some personnel, the shape, whatever?
No, I just think he'll give them a kick up the backside, as it were, because they started the game full control, 20 minutes, took the lead, didn't really offer any chances after that, but they've just allowed Chelsea to get back into it. So based on the 2 halves of the first half, if you like, I think 1-0's probably about right.
That is the scoreline at half-time. Ryan Gravenberch with the opening goal, Enzo Fernandez with the leveller. Analysis to follow. Stay with us. You're listening to Premier League Live. Four of them: Milos Kirkic, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate and Curtis Jones. Midfield: Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai. On the right, Frimpong. The left, Rio and Gamoa, Cody Gakpo through the centre. Benches: Woodman, Gomez, Isak, Chiesa, Robertson, Nioni, Morrison and Jai. And right, as for Chelsea, they've got Jorgensen in goal. Back three: Joel Hatto, Levi Colwell, Wesley Fofana, Marc Cucurella on the left and Malo Gusto on the right. Midfield: Andre Santos, Moises Caicedo. Two behind the striker, that two, Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer. João Pedro is the striker. On the bench, it's Tosin, Delap and Chalobah, James, Achampong, Slonina, Lavia, Abue and Kavuma McQueen. We are underway, second half. Liverpool attacking the Kop, left to right, as we are looking in this second period. Red shirts, shorts and socks. Chelsea the other way towards their fans in the Anfield Road. That's right to left as we are looking. Blue shirts, blue shorts and white socks, both in their home strip. Today, Craig Pawson is the referee. Tony Harrington, the VAR. No major calls for those two to make this week, which is good for us. Right. Liverpool trying to reassert their dominance after having it for 20 minutes in the first half and then crumbling as the game seemed to go on. Though credit to Chelsea for their comeback. Here's Frimpong trying to get away from Cucurella and Hatto, and adjudged to have been brought down by Joel Hatto. Kev.
Yeah, I'd like to have another look at that. I'm not so sure how much there was in it. Cucurella and Hatto both looking quite perplexed at the decision. Quite fortunate, I think, there. Frimpong.
Be nice to get a second half as fun as the first. Couple of goals, plenty of chances. Exactly what you want to start your day on Premier League Live, as Szoboszlai has this free kick right of centre. It's nearer the right sideline than the penalty area, maybe 35 yards from the end line, so a nice place to whip this in for Dominic Szoboszlai. Van Dijk has gone forward, Konate too. 47 minutes on the clock, the score is 1-1. One-man wall. Cole Palmer standing there somewhat nonchalantly. It's across nowhere near him, it's near Alexis McAllister, who skims one off the recently shaved head and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's not the tallest, McAllister, but he often gets his head on things, doesn't he, in the box. He's just a little bit behind him. He's got to arc his neck. He can't quite keep it down or get enough direction on it to trouble the keeper. But Liverpool have started the second half very much like how they started the first, dominating possession. But Chelsea won't be bothered by that. They know they can hurt Liverpool going the other way.
From a Chelsea perspective, they'll be hoping not to start this second half as they did the first and try and pick up where they left off, which is not easy when you've had the break, as Jorgensen turns away from Szoboszlai in his own box here. Flipped upfield towards João Pedro, who goes down. Referee Pawson has adjudged there's a foul by Konate on João Pedro.
Risky this stuff here. A little bit of skill on Szoboszlai. He's only got to get that wrong, and how many times do you see keepers get that wrong? When the attacking player rolls it into an empty net. He got lucky that time. Great ball.
Caicedo into Cucurella, who's in. Chance here for João Pedro, intercepted by Van Dijk, turned home by Cole Palmer. There will be a debate about offside from the first cross in, so we'll wait VAR. But as things stand, Cole Palmer has slotted home from close range, and Chelsea have taken the lead. Brilliant breakaway. Nice bit of defending from Van Dijk and Mamardashvili, but just when you need a bit of luck, their luck was out and Cole Palmer was in. It's 2-1.
Well, it's been the same all afternoon from Chelsea, and certainly Cucurella, I think, it's a close one, but I think he may be okay. The second one is certainly onside because Pedro is behind the ball. It's good defending in the end, but this pass, Caicedo's passing this afternoon, has been absolutely fantastic. It's good defending in the end. It's a very close one, Tom, but Palmer's finish was excellent. I wouldn't like to see this ruled out. It's almost maybe his hair that's slightly offside.
Can it be offside by the hair?
I don't know if you can.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
Well, you can play the ball with the hair, but if it has no force on it...
Oh, no, it's going to be offside.
Offside, 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 no goal, no goal, no goal. Cucurella offside when the ball was slipped through to him. Just offside at best.
Such a shame, Tom. Things like that, they've got to change the rule, because that pass from Caicedo was world class. World class. Cucurella has been getting inside of Curtis Jones runs all afternoon. and that was no different. But brilliant Chelsea goal that was for me, and you've got to change it. You can't start giving offsides for that.
Well, it's a very, very close offside. The assistant hasn't given it on the field. We haven't had the kind of 3D image which shows us as yet, but anyway, offside has been given and we've got to get on, as Enzo Fernandez is playing the ball down the line once again to Cucurella, away from Frimpong. 50 minutes gone, 1-1, let off for Liverpool at the start of the second half.
Yeah, they had 2 minutes, Liverpool, didn't they? But now it's as you were from the start of
Caicedo in towards Palmer. Palmer finds João Pedro. Palmer trying to drive through a crowd of Liverpool players, can't do so. Cleared by Gravenberch as far as McAllister. One back by Andre Santos. Caicedo away from McAllister, who's taken an elbow in the face there. That's got to be a free kick. He missed the ball completely, McAllister, and he sort of trailing elbow caught Caicedo. And that is quite rightly given as a free kick. McAllister screaming at the referee saying it wasn't. It was, mate.
Oh, without a doubt. Quite naughty, I think, as well. Caicedo gets away.
Chelsea have taken the free kick already to Enzo Fernandez. Oh, they've not quite got that right that time. They wanted to find Cucurella quickly over the top. Back to Enzo again. Looks up and finds Palmer, whose return ball goes straight to Gravenberch. And now Liverpool can try and counter here with Dominic Szoboszlai, found by Gakpo, left to the danger man, the 17-year-old Rio Ngamoa, who's in the box. Ngamoa further on towards Gakpo, got the ball caught underneath his feet. I'm not sure it was a great ball to him, but not well executed from Gakpo either.
No, it weren't the best ball, but for me, Gakpo is good. He's sending Ngamoa inside, making the run outside. That, yeah, he does this. Gakpo's messing that up.
Well, now it's Dominic Szoboszlai once again getting Anfield on its feet, chasing down Hato and winning a throw-in for his side as well after Chelsea didn't smell the danger there, and maybe Liverpool need to up their aggression to match Szoboszlai, because right now it's all been Chelsea. At the other end, here's Frimpong, gets away from Colwill with a stab shot. Simple save by the goalkeeper. 52 minutes on the clock, it's 1-1.
A basketball match at the minute, end to end, which is what we want. Terrific game of football.
Cole Palmer draws one of those fouls that you only get at the top level. Kirk edging behind him. Palmer drops to his knees, referee gives the free kick, and Chelsea get the chance to relieve the pressure that was being caused really by themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, good little game this. I was worried there, start the second half for a minute or so when nothing had happened, but that goal has livened everyone up. Disallowed for those just joining us. Cole Palmer, still 1-1.
Yeah, for me, something has to change in the law, because it is a top class goal from Chelsea. It really is. And for it to be chalked off.
Well, I have seen the suggestion a few times that in the modern VAR era, when we're looking for shirt sleeves and what have you, just go from the feet. Just do VAR from the feet and whatnot, as McAllister lunges in here on Malo Gusto. He's gone for a throw on the far side.
Well, his feet would have been onside, Tom, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I think it was just his left shoulder maybe that it looked. I know I said hair, but probably just slightly left shoulder.
It'll be t-shirt or something.
There must have been inches in it, if that.
Clip up field here towards João Pedro and Enzo. They can't get on the end of it, and Canate and Van Dijk with a couple of poor passes just about sweep it up, but Jones has given that straight to Caicedo, and there's a chance here for Chelsea down the left-hand side. Enzo Fernandez outside of the boot pass into João Pedro on towards Cucurella, and it's another stonking challenge from McAllister. That's like the third he's done in quick succession. Really, really aggressive stuff from McAllister. He's gone for a corner. He's actually injured himself, I think.
He's like a man possessed, but that's what you do as a number 6. As one of those sitting midfielders, you get across and help your centre-half who's got out of position in Canate. But that's brilliant defending from McAllister.
There's a couple of Liverpool players here, led by McAllister, Szoboszlai too, that just seem to have the raging hump.
Yeah. They've got scowls on their faces, haven't they? Maybe it's with their teammates, because apart from that first 20 minutes, they have not been great, Liverpool.
Corner taken to Palmer and to Malo Gusto, and square to Caicedo, returns it to Gusto, and then on to Palmer. 2 players to beat. One is Rio Ngamoa, goes to ground. You're not going to get that, I don't think. You shouldn't get that. Just falls over Cole Palmer. And Ngamoa's about a foot shorter than him. He's not going to knock him to the ground, and then Ngamoa's done well to win a free kick himself, being fouled by Cucurella on this near side. Got to be a better diver than that, Cole Palmer.
It was too strong for him. It's not foul. As he's knocked it past Ngamoa, he's already going towards the floor, and there's no foul in it at all.
Reece James is out warming up for Chelsea. As some concern here, we're being told, about Levi Colwill, who's making his first start of the season. Looks pretty assured, I've got to say, as you'd expect from one of the best centre-halves in the league. But on a return from injury in a relatively nothing game for Chelsea, I wonder how much longer he lasts out there. The FA Cup final's coming up.
He's been excellent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really has marshalled that back three and the two boys around him in Fofana and Hato.
I do wonder what would have happened to Chelsea this season if Levi Colwill would have been fit. They've tried so many combinations across that back line in the absence of Colwill.
I think this formation actually really suits them.
I wonder as well, next season, Axel Disasi been great at West Ham. If you got Colwill and Disasi as a pair, or another, maybe Fofana in a three, that's pretty strong. Right now, the current three being tested by Curtis Jones. Ball over the top, and he's goal side of Cucurella. He's got in the box Jones, just about on the right. Into Gravenberch, onto Szoboszlai, flick towards Kirkes, challenged by Fofana. Caicedo brings it away. Into Cole Palmer, onto Enzo. Chance here for João Pedro, but it's just behind him, and he could have been in there potentially if the ball was flicked in behind. Maybe Enzo Fernandez thought there was nothing on, and so Chelsea happy to keep the ball, Liverpool back in shape.
Well, Caicedo's been like an absolute Rolls Royce in there this afternoon. He just floats effortlessly across the ground. He's passing. I didn't realise what a good passer of the football he was. Some of his passing today has been just sublime.
Here's Palmer on the right-hand side for Chelsea, found by Gusto. 57 minutes gone, 1-1, Premier League Live. Don't forget, next up for us, Sunderland, Manchester United with Matt Drabble and Paul Parker. Going to be with the boys from around 2:30 UK. On for a 3 o'clock UK kick-off as Caicedo is unable to win the ball back here for Chelsea, and Jones brings it away, and he finds a ball right to Frimpong, right of the box in the attacking third, up against Cucurella. Nudges into the box, crossed by Szoboszlai, in towards Gakpo, onto Jones, 2-1. Excellent breakaway goal from Liverpool. Brilliant awareness from Cody Gakpo, or maybe not. Was Cody Gakpo offside as Szoboszlai stood that up to him at the back post? The flag has gone up. It might not be 2-1.
Oh, it's close, you know. It is close, but he's offside.
Oh, Cody Gakpo's left knee on first flush on the review we are seeing here looks to be offside. No goal, no goal, no goal. Offside, still 1-1. And that's a tough moment there for Cody Gakpo, who's not Mr. Popular right now, I'd say, at Anfield with the crowd.
No, but he's got to stay on side, Tom. It's not difficult. You know, as the ball gets rolled back, Chelsea are just going to inch forward. You've got to move with them to then go back in. And he's just stayed there. Again, not by much, but that was clearly offside.
Well, let's also both ends. Offside goals disallowed for both here. We are still at 1-1 as Liverpool look to bring the ball forward here with Ryan Gravenberch. Too strong for Caicedo and for Enzo. Still going. Away from another in Hato. It's on to Frimpong on the right in the box. Cuts it back. It's hit Andre Santos. Shouts of handball. Shot by Szoboszlai. Saved by Jorgensen up to his left. Craig Pawson then has to tell Szoboszlai there's no handball. There's no penalty. It'll just be a corner.
I think he said they will check it because he slid on the floor. And as it's cut back, let's have a little look at it. No, it's close. His arm's in a natural position, it's close to his body, and as he slid, it's hit him. Good save in the end, though. Great strike from Szoboszlai. But Jorgensen does really well. This will be check over, surely.
I'm loath to say this, but I'm fairly sure they changed the interpretation of that law, because a couple of penalties were happening where it was hitting their standing arm, if you like, and it's like, well, what was I going to do? Break my back to not give a penalty away? Which I think is right.
Yeah.
It is a corner, it's taken. Here's Szoboszlai into Curtis Jones, who's a growing influence here, but his through ball was intercepted. And there could be a break on here. Levi Colwill with a chip forward. Oh, if he got that right, they could have been in. He didn't. And Mamardashvili will sweep up the loose ball. All he can do under pressure is pump it back for a Chelsea goal kick.
Well, João Pedro was the ball there, wasn't it? As Colwill steps out. Just seeing the Szoboszlai effort again. Bending it round players. Jorgensen's read it, though. Knows that's the only place Szoboszlai can go. And gets big, strong hands to it. to turn it away. But this is a fantastic game of football.
60 minutes gone, Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1, Premier League Live. Goals disallowed at both ends in this second period, Palmer and Jones. Sure, I get why Curtis Jones is playing in this second half. He was the right back at the start of the game, but he seems to have been given a total free role. It feels like Frimpong has gone further back and Jones has been pushed further forward, and he's popping up all over the field, and that's given Liverpool a better balance here.
Yeah, I think it has. Frimpong's flattered to deceive for me this season.
Yeah. Is
he a fullback? Is he a wide player?
Is he a Liverpool player?
Yeah, exactly right. Jury's out for me.
Seems out for Arne Slot as well. Big summer coming up for a lot of players. Potentially the manager too, who we're sort of expecting to stay. But not had anything official. Not that you really need that if they've got a contract, but you know, you get my meaning. We are backing our manager. The vote of confidence, the dreaded vote of confidence. Is Kanate inside their own penalty in a half here, Liverpool, not penalty area. Back to Jones, and then McAllister, who's taken a few minutes to calm down after spending 5 minutes booting everyone. Looks like a lot of fun that for McAllister. Not a great ball forward here from Kirke, straight to Jorgensen. Chelsea are preparing a change. The oft injured club captain Reece James is getting a briefing from the staff down there as Jorgensen once again tries to turn on Szoboszlai. This time forgot the ball, just about gets away with it. Up to João Pedro, who loses out to the challenge of Kirkesh. Here's Curtis Jones in the centre of the field. It's right to Frimpong, who can have a run here at Hato. Wants to take him on the outside and does. Deep delivery. Oh, it's over. Gusto misjudged it, and it goes to Ngamara on the far side. Up against Palmer, back to Gravenberch. That was the goal combination earlier in the game. No shot this time. It goes to Kirkes, tries to take Palmer on the outside, who once again gets his body in the way and falls to ground. He isn't fouled, and Craig Pawson gives it. I just don't get why referees give those.
It's not a foul. It's clearly not a foul. I mean, he does well, Cole Palmer, but goes to ground far too easy. Reads what Kirkes is going to do, gets there in front of him, and then just falls over.
The change here for Chelsea is Andre Santos withdrawn for Reece James, who has played a lot more in midfield than at fullback these days. Andre Santos getting a warm ovation of the Chelsea fans. He's run around a lot, but I think he's struggled.
I don't remember you mentioning his name, to be honest. However, he has been part of a decent Chelsea unit this afternoon. And this is as good as Chelsea have been in a long, long while, in my opinion.
Yeah. Penny for the thoughts of Liam Rosinia somewhere. Wasn't really getting much from this team towards the end. I say penny for the thoughts. He'd probably keep talking for hours if we asked him.
Don't ask him for his fault.
Let's put him on a word limit. Let's limit his limitlessness.
Limit his limitlessness, yeah.
Jorgensen, we're only having some fun. Sorry, Liam. A big blast upfield. João Pedro wins the header. Brought down by Reece James. And it's out to Gusto, back to James, who is in that central midfield role now. Caicedo, good pressure on him by Gravenberch, draws the foul. It probably was just about from Gravenberch. Gives a word on Reece James being midfielder these days, central midfielder.
I like it. I like it. The boy can play. I think he could play most positions. I think he could play wing back, that right side of wing back.
Do you think he can still do right back and wing back?
Yeah, I think he can. I think if in a back three, he could be the outside right centre half as well, joining in when he wants. But as a central midfielder, his passing range is
Mamardashvili's come out of goal to nick it off Cole Palmer, and he's been dispossessed by Palmer. It's gone out for a throw. Goalkeeper's out of position here. Reece James going to try his shot, but couldn't get the angle. Blocked by McAllister. Recovered well by Fofana and James here on the halfway, and it's gone out of play from James' return to Fofana, and that's going to be a throw in.
I think he's given Chelsea a free kick.
Oh, okay. From McAllister, I think, maybe, who's once again gone back to fouling everyone inside.
He is, but he's been an angry man this afternoon, Alexis McAllister.
Enzo Fernandez all the way back to Jorgensen. Alexander Isak is set to come on for Liverpool, not before time, I would suggest. If he's fit enough to play, get him on.
Yeah, absolutely. They need a focal point at the top of the pitch, don't they? Because at the moment, they've not got one.
Fofana to Palmer. And then back to Caicedo. Slightly loose pass to it, but he is able to stretch and keep it in Chelsea possession. Both teams having a goal disallowed in this second half. Both scored legitimate goals in the first. Here's Cucurella found over the top left-hand side for Chelsea. Jones holds him up. Offside flag, I think, has since gone up from the original ball towards Caicedo. In this second, or from Caicedo, forgive me. In the second half, away from the goal that was disallowed, Chelsea have not had a shot yet, which surprises me. Why not?
Yeah, it surprises me, and it goes back to what I said at the start of the first half. They were good tee to green. As it stands, I still see them getting the next goal. And by
Just
the way,
one
that
second
wasn't
here.
offside.
The booing you're hearing is Rio and Gamoa's number going up from Arne Slot. Anfield does not like that. He is coming off and Isak is coming on. Slot's having a word with Gamoa. There wasn't people saying Rio, that was people booing the decision.
Yeah, not sure why that's not Gakpo making way.
I mean, he's 17, you know, it's a lot in the legs, a lot of pressure, but I mean, come on. He's been the best player on the field for Liverpool, I'd say.
Arne Slot standing there as if to say, why are you having a go at me for making that decision? He'll have his own reasons for it. Gakpo will probably pop up now and score the winning goal, but he's barely had a kick today, has he?
Well, he'll go back out to the left, I guess, and Isak will go central. But that was interesting. Sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just saying, the offside against Cucurella, he was not offside.
A long ball here towards Frimpong, who's surely being pulled by Hato. Yes, he is. That's got to be a yellow for Joel Hato as well, who's, I think, struggled today against Frimpong when he's been running at him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be letting him get 1v1 with Hato. Cucurella high up the pitch, couldn't get back in time, but now all of a sudden you go and give Frimpong the ball as much as you can. Hato on a booking.
They have got other options they could play in there, including popping Cucurella back or bringing on Tosin. I just wonder if that continues, whether that will be a consideration for the interim caretaker, Callum McFarlane. Free kick here, right-hand side, which Szoboszlai is over. Dominic Szoboszlai on the right. It's near the sideline right, level with the penalty area, so a really good position this to whip the ball in towards Virgil van Dijk, who lurks menacingly in the penalty area. One-man wall once again. Cole Palmer standing there with a nonchalant vibe. Szoboszlai's ball, deep ball, far too deep. No one's over there, and no one's 9 foot tall, and that's how to play for a throw-in.
I thought you might have tried a cheeky one there, you know, and go around the outside of Palmer's left shoulder and do Jorgensen at the near post. As it was, you wouldn't expect that from Szoboszlai, because he is and has got real good technique.
So throw-in by the corner flag, which Malo Gusto will take, and he's giving it straight away to Cody Gakpo. Back heel from him, intercepted by Chelsea for a moment. Comes off Szoboszlai, last throw into Chelsea. Scruffy few seconds there. Gusto has got right up the line to take the throw, which looked like a foul throw to me. I think the referee just happy to get it out of that area. It's gone for another throw on the halfway, this time to Liverpool, which Jones has taken into Virgil van Dijk. 69 minutes on the clock, 1-1. Caicedo with a brilliant challenge there on Gravenberch, and it breaks Liverpool's way just about after that. João Pedro and Caicedo want it off Jones. Jones goes to ground. And then Curtis Jones got something to say to João Pedro.
Good pressing from Chelsea. They were unlucky not to come out of that with a ball. And again, it's Caicedo robbing Gravenberch of the ball. And then Pedro fouls Jones. Yes, he does.
The only complaint really from Chelsea in the second half is that they just haven't created so far, and it sort of feels like Liverpool are now the growing dominant force in the game. And that's where the coaches usually, we say, get paid their money to make the changes to fix these things. But I wonder if things like that are going through Callum McFarlane's mind right now. What a great deal of options for him offensively. Cucurella and Frimpong then battling for the ball on this near side. Goes for a throw Liverpool's way. 70 minutes gone, 1-1. Game there to be won for these two teams.
I think so, yeah. I think we will get a winner.
Kirkes on to the far side and Gakpo. Szoboszlai in the pocket, winds up a shot. Oh, it's in the post. Dominic Szoboszlai with a trademark hammer. Goalkeeper got down. Cannons off the outside of the post and away.
Terrific strike. Jorgensen beaten. In fairness to Jorgensen, it does hit the outside of the post, so he may have had it covered, but he hit like an absolute exocet, didn't he, Szoboszlai?
Blast upfield by Caicedo. Cucurella chasing down Frimpong, and Frimpong has taken the jump to ground here, and
boy.
Dear. Well, he's given the free kick, Craig Pawson, as a member of the Chelsea staff. Forgive me, I don't know who that is next to Callum McFarlane, but he's right along the sideline, Arteta style, Simeone style, and he's saying, what is this, what is this? I mean, he does put a hand on his shoulder, but he doesn't necessarily push him to ground. I don't know. I think if you ask someone who doesn't watch football, is that a foul, you'd say no.
He got a little bit of shirt in his hand, didn't he, but for how long? And was it enough to send Frimpong to ground? I think Frimpong knew he was in a bit of trouble.
Cucurella keeps his arms down there. I don't know what Frimpong does in that scenario.
No, facing his own goal, under pressure, on his left foot as well.
Anyway, here's Virgil van Dijk driving forward for Liverpool from the centre. It's on to Kirkes, whose deep ball is relatively aimless. It has found Frimpong on this far side after a few bounces. Frimpong will take on the booked Hato. It's into Gravenberch, who turns. It goes back to McAllister in the pocket. 35 yards will go in the centre. To his right is Curtis Jones. Jones into Frimpong. Still back to goal here, Frimpong. He'll find Gravenberch facing forward. Frimpong right up against Hato. Tries a 1-2 with Jones. Back to Ryan Gravenberch. Still don't cross it here. They got 5 in the box to aim for here, Liverpool. 4 in the centre, 1 at the back. Cross now does come in, but far too close to Jorgensen. A lot of preamble there when that cross could have come in much earlier.
Far too close to the keeper, but far too late. More to the point, Tom. How many times did... Well, we're looking at it going, you got 4 in the box, cross the ball.
Oh, Jones is too snappy there on Enzo Fernandez, who miscontrolled, and Enzo in annoyance has then kicks Curtis Jones, and he can complain as much as he wants. That's what happened, and he gets a yellow card for it.
You cannot protest that's not a foul. He's actually just...
He's got the arm and tripped him over.
Yeah, he's kicked him.
Good play from Curtis Jones. So much better playing in his actual position, Curtis Jones.
Round pegs, round holes. Play people in their rightful positions and you'll get the best out of them. He's a good footballer, Curtis Jones. I've always liked him.
He's one whose future is a little bit up in the air at Liverpool in terms of he wants to be a regular starter somewhere. I think he could do it here, but he's not doing it here. So I think there's 17 other teams in the league who'd love to have him in their midfield.
I think so.
Anyway, free kick here on the right-hand side, which Szoboszlai is over. It's in towards Gakpo, and it's headed over his own crossbar by Levi Colwill, who is still out there on his first start of the season with 17 minutes to go. I actually don't think, even if he's half fit and really tired here, they can afford to take him off if he can continue.
He's been excellent, and he knows what he's doing there. He can't get any purchase to head that out, so he's headed it over the top of his own goal deliberately. Good defending.
Free kick which Szoboszlai is over. It's a decent delivery to the near, but it's away once again by that man Colwill. Recovered by Frimpong and Jones. 74 minutes on the clock, 1-1. Szoboszlai on the right up against Palmer. Still everyone forward from the corner for Liverpool. Crosses blocked by Cucurella right in front of Szoboszlai. Bit of a weak delivery in. It's recovered by Frimpong. Then Jones on the halfway. Cucurella and João Pedro nominally pressing and kind of making a mess of it, Frimpong and Jones. João Pedro will continue to chase as it goes back to Mamardashvili. Up towards Konate, won once again by Levi Colwill. Too strong, too clever. Caicedo then releases Palmer. Now Palmer's in the centre circle wanting a pass. No one ahead, so he has to go right to Malo Gusto. Everyone just seems to have stopped sprinting for a few seconds here at Anfield, both teams. Here comes Hato. Then to Cucurella. And then back to Colwill. To his right is Caicedo. Clip forward. Trying to find that Cucurella run again, Kev, but not this time.
Yeah, it's the first time he's got it wrong, Caicedo. But you do feel that Cucurella can get in at will when he makes those runs, if the ball's right.
Carquez on the far side shuffles and runs away from Gusto, trips him over. Palmer and Gusto thought they had him for a second. He's actually done quite well there. Milos Kerkez just about. And it's back to Mamardashvili. I mean, there's always a chance, Kev, as you say, but is there going to be a winner?
I think there will be. Difficult to say what end it's going to be at this moment in time.
Isak's given that ball away poorly, and Chelsea can counter here with Hato and João Pedro driving forward. Liverpool trying to get back into shape. João Pedro with a bit of luck. Nice dribble, shot as well. Oh, it's over the crossbar from João Pedro. Chance all of his own making there, and couldn't keep it down.
He got a little bit of luck along the way, and then once he gets there, good skill. Dances into the box. Tries the 1-2, comes back to him, and once he gets in there, he's got to do better than that with that finish.
We'll change here for Liverpool. Ibrahima Konate being withdrawn for Joe Gomez. One assumes for fitness reasons as opposed to tactical. That would probably be a straight. Well, Konate was announced. He's now not going off. That's weird. Chiesa is going to come on as well. I mean, they just said Konate. I'm not imagining that. Something might have changed there.
Don't think you heard it. Or are they changing who's coming off?
Well, there's two subs. Chiesa is there. Well, I'll tell you what I know. There we go. Joe Gomez is on. Chiesa is coming on. Gakpo is coming off. And you kind of wonder why that couldn't have happened a little minute ago when he took Rio and Gamoa off for Isak. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Federico Chiesa continuing to try and make some sort of impact during his time at Anfield. It's tough to remember he's there at times.
Yeah, he don't get enough starts. Crowd love him, by the way.
He's had a couple of little moments, hasn't he, that have endeared him to the crowd. But I don't think he came to England to sit on the Liverpool bench. Of course, another who suffered with long-term injuries. Incredible in that European Championship win for Italy. When they stole it off us, Kev, I don't know how I brought it up. Every time I see him, it upsets me. There's Liverpool pressing high here. McAllister onto Gravenberch, into Isak, who can turn and look up and find Frimpong in the box. Frimpong, cross comes in, easy for
Paul,
the goalkeeper. There's 5 with the back stick, and it's chipped to the near.
Paul.
Cucurella looks to carry, always been caught by Jones, or at least pretends to be. Liverpool win it back, nevertheless, and here's Isak driving forward. Isak trying to jink outside of Hato, put a good tackle in. Frimpong keeps it on, Cucurella tackling him, and it goes for a corner kick in front of the Kop on the right-hand side.
It's got quite scrappy, isn't it? Which makes it even more interesting.
79 minutes on the clock. Liverpool's 4th corner of the game. It's 1-1. Goals coming in the first half from Gravenberch and Fofana. Palmer and Jones have both scored in the second half, disallowed for offside. So 1-1 it remains, as this corner is going to be sent in by Dominic Szoboszlai. Right for the ball in, deep delivery. Chance here for Van Dijk, who hits the crossbar. Complaints of a foul, complaints of tugging the shirt and holding in the penalty area. VAR will need to sort that. What we do know is firm header from Van Dijk off the crossbar.
Brilliant header, wasn't it? There's all sorts of pulling going on in that penalty area. It's a brilliant header. Jorgensen's getting nowhere near that, but it cannons off the crossbar and goes over. And let's have a look. Caicedo.
Is he holding Van Dijk? Van Dijk's pushing him over.
I think they're both holding each other there. 6 of one, half a dozen the other.
McAllister has gone down to shove from Malo Gusto. There's another player down, Joe Gomez, I think, in the box of another challenge. Worth noting here that Craig Pawson and Tony Harrington were the VAR and ref for West Ham Brentford last week, when they had no interest in Thomas Soucek being held down in the penalty area, or Pablo being cleaned out by Matthias Jensen. Yeah. So it would be interesting if a week later they're giving a penalty for some holding in the box, when last week they simply weren't interested.
You can't, because they're both at it. Yes, Caicedo's not looking at the ball and he's grabbing Van Dijk, but Van Dijk is pushing him towards the ball as well. You're just not going to get a penalty for that.
And there is no penalty, and we have a goal kick, and we've got 10 minutes remaining in a game that it's had several storylines, really. Surprising that we are still at 1-1. Plenty of chances, plenty of openings, plenty of endeavour. Certainly not two teams that are winding their seasons down on the field, at least. But it's a free kick, a goal kick which Jorgensen takes long, won by Gomez. Slot wants to throw his way, ball's in his hands. It's on Chelsea's way, which Hato will knock back to Colwell. Another foul throw today, not been given, but he's just thrown the ball directly into the ground there. Not a great execution. Gomez wins the header from the long ball. Caicedo wins the next ball. Palmer wins the next one, and it's in the control of Malo Gusto on the far side. 81 minutes on the clock. Chelsea looking to stop the bleeding of their 6 consecutive Premier League losses, hoping to avoid that run of 7, which is a record that is a Chelsea club record going back to 1952. At the moment looking quite good for it. They're keeping Liverpool at bay, and they seem like on the counter they could have a late impact themselves. James back to Colwell. Colwell will find Hato, and Hato will look into Caicedo. Deep in their own half here, Chelsea. They're giving it away to Chiesa, who is surely fouled there by Reece James. Referee says no. Chiesa did get in a bit of a muddle, but did seem to me like he was fouled. Palmer will bring this away for Chelsea. On towards Malo Gusto's goal side of Kirkesh, who goes to ground. He does win the ball, I think, just about. That's how to play for a goal kick. Keeper wasn't sure. Mamadashvili slid out to try and prevent a corner, which wasn't given anyway. Goal kick.
Yeah, he had to make that, didn't he, Kirkesh? And he does, otherwise Gusto's away.
Still haven't really threatened at all offensively in the second half beyond the disallowed goal, Chelsea. No shot on target for them, just a João Pedro effort a little while ago as Caicedo was adjudged to a foul. Chiesa here, 82 minutes on the clock, 1-1.
Yeah, he did foul him. I think he's been excellent, Caicedo, in the middle of Chelsea's midfield this afternoon. His passing range has been brilliant. Breaking up play.
Chelsea seem to be preparing another substitution here. Liam Delap is getting ready to come on, the centre forward, whether that'll be for João Pedro or alongside João Pedro. We'll find out together. There was at one point, I think under Enzo Maresca, a vision of playing them both together. There's it's clipped forward here from Gravenberch, and there's a foul on Isak, is there? I'm not quite sure what he's given there, Craig Pawson. Yellow card's come out as well. He's certainly given a yellow card to somebody. So Frimpong was trying to run around Cucurella, and I think it is to Cucurella who's pulled him down. Yeah,
Cucurella no interest in playing the ball. All he's trying to do is stop Frimpong getting in behind him. Lazy defending from Cucurella. There is a yellow card.
And now we've got a chance here for, as that Liverpool fan has just said there on our microphone, get the ball in the box. I wonder if they will. He seems to know what he's talking about, that guy. Can we move that mic at all?
He's quite vocal, isn't he?
He's quite vocal. He's louder than me at the moment. His Szoboszlai's deep delivery. Oh, James brings it down, and it's hit João Pedro, and there's a shout of handball here. It certainly slapped something. Liverpool take the ball on the halfway line with Curtis Jones. I'll let you know if there's any sort of VAR check going on. Nothing so far. Here's Chiesa on the far side into the offensive third from the left here for Liverpool. Takes on Malo Gusto. Once, twice, 3 times. Wins the corner. As the lyrics don't go. I wonder if we'll get a replay now of that penalty shout. More from the Kop than anyone on the field, so it's a corner kick on the attacking left-hand side. No penalty, no further investigation.
Yeah, no chance. As Reece James goes to clear it, he just whacks it, doesn't he? Pedro, you're not going to get a penalty for that one.
Yeah, it's not the Champions League.
No.
But to be fair, even then I don't know what a handball is anymore. Judging by midweek's games, as Szoboszlai will deliver this. A lot of pushing and pulling around the goalkeeper, which has been a hallmark of this Premier League season. The scrum around the keeper at the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 around the keeper, as Caicedo has now fallen over. Joe Gomez is the player people in blue are pointing their fingers at. Not an easy job for the keeper here if this goes underneath the crossbar. Van Dijk is in there as well. Kirkes is now kneeling in front of the keeper. He's taken a shoulder in the head. Let's get this ball in, lads. Delivered in. Oh, it's right over all their heads. Isak keeps it live. Jorgensen picks up the next ball. Just slightly too long. You've got to aim for the melee if you're creating a melee.
Yeah, I know what he's tried. He's just tried to leave it into where all those bodies are, Szoboszlai, and he's just over here a little bit. Yeah, he's about a yard out from his intended landing spot, I think there, Tom.
Making all that shoving around immaterial. 5 minutes remaining of normal time here. 1-1 Liverpool-Chelsea. Don't forget Sunderland against Manchester United up next with Matt Drabble and Paul Parker. 3 o'clock UK time, 2:30 UK. That one will start in terms of coverage, and then later today it's John Anderson and Eddie McGoldrick with Man City against Brentford. Also today Rob Dugmore will bring you Brighton Wolves, and Barry Swain has Fulham Bournemouth. Those games at 3 o'clock UK available to our online and digital partners here. It does sort of feel like we're petering to a draw. Which team will have that final chance to pick up 3 points at Anfield today? 1-1 we stand. It's with Hato on the halfway for Chelsea. Behind him is James, and then Colwell, and still Szoboszlai chases and hassles and tries to put people under pressure, and Chelsea have got out of that quite nicely up to this point. Over the halfway now is João Pedro. Gets away from a little clip from Van Dijk, and he's done really well there to find a pass right to Cole Palmer, who has been quiet in the second half. Beyond his disallowed goal, Gusto's ball in. It's away by Van Dijk. Not a great delivery from Malo Gusto, but he has got a chance to get Chelsea motoring again with a throw on the far side.
Played their way out of trouble well there, Chelsea, through the Liverpool press.
Palmer onto Gusto on the right. Gusto will leave it for Fofana, goal scorer, to our mind anyway. Checking the official Premier League, still says Enzo Fernandez the goal scorer. We're pretty confident there's a stud on that from Fofana. After a really lovely free kick from Enzo Fernandez, in case you missed it earlier. Here is who the Premier League says the goal scorer, Enzo Fernandez, fouled by Joe Gomez, who came on for Konate. It's left of centre, yellow cards come out here for someone, as well as the referee is joining the ever-growing group of frustrated individuals. I think it's Joe Gomez who's picked up that yellow. Something he said afterwards.
Yeah, it couldn't have been for the foul. He's picked the ball up and walked away with it in his hands. That's what he's done.
Well, are Chelsea going to stick or twist here? It would stop the bleeding of defeats if they get the 1-1 draw. There is a game to be won.
No, I agree with you.
James into Palmer. Ooh. Palmer, pass was behind Gusto as he ran into the box. On the right is James. Palmer again. Wants to find Gusto. 3 at the back post to aim for if he wants to cross it. Held up by Kirkes and played back to Fofana. And it's Chelsea setting the terms of these last moments of normal time here. João Pedro away from Gravenberch and drives down the left wing and gets away from the tackle as well. Brilliant, João Pedro is away from Frimpong too, still going, still running. Oh, he tries to do too much and he's still going. Oh, now he's gone down in the penalty area. Gets up again, tries a pass to Enzo Fernandez, and Szoboszlai brings it away, and João Pedro says, wait, wasn't I fouled? Szoboszlai's given it away. Liverpool want handball. They are going to get it. They weren't getting it, and then suddenly they were. And now we can have a look maybe at that penalty shout. João Pedro, left-hand side with Frimpong. Ooh, I don't know. That's clumsy from Frimpong. It's a conversation at least. I don't know.
He's so sharp, isn't he, João Pedro? They are checking it, you know.
I think this might be a foul. He's put his legs through the legs of Frimpong.
Yeah.
He's then gone down. I think João Pedro might have drawn the foul.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is a penalty. Initially, I thought João Pedro had gone into Frimpong, but Frimpong gets there first, and he's putting his right foot between the legs of João Pedro. But I think he's knocked João Pedro's left leg to the floor.
Now, Tony Harrington and Craig Pawson again with the officials last week for West Ham Brentford, where they had a really tough day not giving obvious penalties. I wonder if that's playing on their minds. It's certainly on mine.
What do you think?
I think they're not going to give it, but I think that probably is a penalty. You're looking at high bar and overturn and stuff like that. I just don't think that meets the high bar for overturn.
And it hasn't.
No pen, no pen, no pen. If it was given, it wouldn't be overturned, I'd suggest.
Yeah. So same both ways. Yeah, totally agree with you.
I think there's a let-off there for Frimpong, and João Pedro just tried to do too much there. When you're beaten 3, have the shot possible.
Yeah, I mean, the way he went past those players, he's so sharp.
We're going to have 6 additional minutes here. 7, in fact. It was going to be 6. It's now gone to 7, thanks to that VAR shout. And so plenty of time for this game to be won as Cucurella clips it towards João Pedro. It's overhit, and it's poor from Cucurella.
Should be on the floor. Exactly right. João Pedro's pointing to the floor, saying you didn't need to put that air ball, just roll it along the floor. However, I think he might have been offside. He's run too early.
Apart from that, perfectly executed. It's Gravenberch away from his man. He's found Jones over the top with a really smart ball. Great touch. Curtis Jones tries a cross, cuts it back. Where will it fall? Falls to Cole Palmer, who can release Reece James on the counter here. And all of a sudden, both teams going for the win. Exactly what we like to see here on Premier League Live as Cucurella finds Enzo Fernandez here on the left-hand side. Frimpong trying to get back to him. Enzo inside, tries to find Palmer. It's overhit. Palmer will keep this in Chelsea possession, just about. Pass was just too heavy for Palmer over on the far. Here's Caicedo's blindside run. Wants to win a corner. Doesn't win a corner. His slash at the ball has gone straight at the goalkeeper, Mamardashvili. And now there's no one really for the keeper to throw it out to, so he rolls it short to Frimpong. And I think that's sort of what the booing is you're hearing. Not seeing the dynamism they want to see here, the home crowd. Gomez with a blast up to nowhere. It's not great from a Liverpool perspective, and it'll bounce to Jorgensen. He hasn't gone out of the area. It's close, but he has kept that in, I think. And it does sort of feel like Chelsea are the team, Kev, coming on stronger.
Yeah, I think they are. They're finding a lot of space in the middle of the pitch, you know.
I think the changes have not helped Liverpool. I'm not quite sure anyone's playing an Isak. Wow.
He's not touched the ball, Tom.
Not touched the ball, really. It looks like he's barely moving out there.
Reece James has got the freedom of Anfield since he's come on.
And here he is finding Cole Palmer in acres of space as well, and he's nudging towards the penalty area. James outside of him here. Out of his feet to cross, and cross he does! It's too close this time to Mamardashvili again. Just thought João Pedro might nick it at the near post there, and once again he looks up, and where are they? That's what Anfield is saying. I mean,
Tom, they're all over the place at this moment in time, Liverpool. I'm not sure they know where they're meant to be playing, and Chelsea's shape's good. Liverpool players, yeah, they're all over the place.
The back to Jones, who will find Gomez on the right, still deep inside their own half here. Liverpool onto Frimpong. Frimpong trying to start the counter, but it's a kick into nowhere. It's straight to Malo Gusto. Well, Malo Gusto now nearly being caught by Szoboszlai, sleeping on the ball. And that's led Colwill just to clip it upfield. Colwill on his first start and first 90 of the season, he's going to want that.
He's been outstanding though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Gomez in the centre circle. We'll find a ball to Milos Kerkez, then to Virgil van Dijk. And then right to Curtis Jones. Is there to be a late salvo here from Liverpool? We're not seeing the head of steam as yet, but Curtis Jones trying to make it happen. Here's Isak in the box. Alexander Isak cuts on the outside. Cross comes in. It's away from Caicedo, just about. One back by Gerald Hatto for Chelsea. Into the feet of Enzo Fernandez, and then it's good play from Fofana just to keep Chelsea under possession, and then McAllister with his latest boot of someone for his own personal amusement. And it's about time he got a yellow card. He has been kicking people up in the air today.
But he's not. He doesn't need to foul there. You're not. You pressed Chelsea in. They can't get out, and you go. And you know any touch, João Pedro's going to the floor, and he's just charged into the back of him.
He is at a face like thunder all day.
Oh, he's got the
all day. He's got the raging up.
He's got the raging up.
And I'm here for it. That's like me every day. I'm not a millionaire footballer though, I guess. I don't know. Get stuck in, boot them all. 3 minutes of additional time remaining. Is there to be a winner? Is there to be a chance? There usually is, but so far there hasn't been. Maybe now. Enzo Fernandez in the penalty area from the left-hand side, kind of loses the ball in his own control, and McAllister has nicked it back, then Cucurella has nicked it back, and it's gone out for a throw to Liverpool, which Frimpong wants to take.
I think there's been a real unity about Chelsea today, you know. Yeah, they've not created loads, but they've played pretty well. Their football's been good. They've been tenacious.
Clearance from Liverpool has hit Palmer. Will just about be retrieved by Kirkes, who blasted upfield towards
Brilliant.
Chiesa, and there's Colwill. Read it well, lunged over and got there before Chiesa, who would have been in. No doubt the outstanding player on the field today, Levi Colwill. Here's João Pedro on the halfway, but there's a foul before that on Enzo Fernandez. And it's a Chelsea free kick on the halfway, which they want to get on with quickly. I wonder whether it might be worth just looking for the back post here and trying to get in the penalty area. There's 90 seconds remaining.
He'll be delighted, Callum McFarlane. He really will. The shape's been good.
After that first 20, it got so much better, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I just think that, you know, Cucurella has been a thorn in Liverpool's side all afternoon.
Enzo's grown into it, and here he is now. João Pedro. They're on the left-hand side here, Chelsea. There's an overlapping run being made by Reece James. Up against Frimpong. Good cross in towards the back post, but Mamardashvili read it well. And this time he has been able to release it quickly, but it's straight up for Varno. It's nowhere near Chiesa. And Chelsea have it again. Well, Liverpool's strength has been that counter, hasn't it, for years and years. Today, that's not been the case. Malo Gusto has stayed down in the penalty area, by the way. There's a lot of blood on his sock that we can see as the referee has said there's a foul here on Van Dijk, which he didn't quite want. And now it's time for some treatment for Malo Gusto, who's got, white sock. It's soaked in blood on the front there. Not sure what the referee even gave there for Van Dijk. Shove on him or something? Anyway, Van Dijk wasn't happy, but it does mean we've got this free kick, which Liverpool are taking down the left-hand side. It's they, it would seem, that will have the final chance of this game if they can get it near the box. Szoboszlai's return to Kirkes is poor. Malo Gusto is back up on his feet and winning the ball back, and Palmer now will draw that foul. He's drawn 5 or 6 times today. Every time he gets it, he goes to ground. I'm not sure Craig Pawson knows what a foul is.
It's not a foul. Again, 3 times. 3 times he's done that today, Cole Palmer, and 3 times it's not been a foul.
And he's got it every time, and Anfield letting Craig Pawson know what they think about that. Because that might be it, I think, Kev. This might be the last kick of the game here.
We haven't had that chance, have we?
All those years you've been saying that to me.
All those years, and now I can't say it anymore.
And it turns out you were lying all that time. Just because it happened every other time before this.
We've probably got a minute, I would reckon, based on a couple of little stoppages.
I'm not sure this would have done too much to help Arne Slot's reputation. With the Anfield crowd, you can hear it there, booing from the home crowd, who saw their team great for 15-20 minutes and then sort of offered nothing from that point onwards. What do you make to Liverpool today?
20 minutes, very good, and then very bitty for the rest of it. Occasional moments where they've looked okay, but not good enough at home, not for a team, a squad of their stature, if you like, and what Slot's put together. It's just not good enough. Chelsea were almost like the home team, dictated a lot of the play, didn't create loads themselves, but what Callum McFarlane will be pleased with is the shape worked well, the unity was really good, they were tenacious all over the park, and apart from the final third, the final pass, the final cross shot, they were terrific today.
A lot of flummoxed looking faces, I would say, in red out there on the field. Arne Slot out there shaking hands all around. For Chelsea, a positive day after what's been a tough run of form. Kev, the bleeding is over, the run of losses is over. Who knows if they'll qualify for Europe? In the end, that's a confidence building block to a season that might end in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I think so. They've obviously got that to look forward to, but they were terrific this afternoon. Absolutely outstanding for me. As
were you, Kev Watson. Thank you very much indeed for your company today, even though what you always say there's always a chance is now officially wrong, and you could never say it again. We are out of time, sadly. Up next is Sunderland against Manchester United with Matt Travel and Paul Parker. 1-1 it has finished here. You're listening to Premier League Live.